So you have an early retirement package and you're wondering if you should take it. We're going to walk through 3 questions today to help you decide. Stick with us. So you've been offered an early retirement package. Often these are voluntary early retirement packages for people in their late 50s and early 60s. And there's a lot of questions around those. The typical questions we hear, we're going to walk through today. There's 3 of them. Should I take it? Is it a good deal? And what am I going to do about health insurance? So let's walk through each one of those. Chad Smith here, Mike Eklund with you. And we get a lot of these questions and analyze a lot of these scenarios from big employers that are trying to cut those wiser, older, more expensive employees from their payrolls and provide them a nice, easy, confident transition into retirement. So they're wondering, and the stress levels can rise here, but they're often first wondering, should I take it, Mike? So what should they consider when they're dealing with that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. As we mentioned in the podcast, this is a great time to talk to a professional. It's a very important decision. It's not only how does this impact your financial plan, which, as you've listened to other podcasts, we talk about how important having a financial plan is. So how does it look with the impact of your financial plan? And then also, what are the terms of the packet? So there, some terms can be better than others, but how do those terms look based on your unique situation?
Yeah, typically it'll be a certain amount of weeks for the amount of years you've worked. You might have a bonus. You might have stock vesting still available to you. So consider how all of that comes in, how it's going to be taxed, and how long it'll allow you to either delay a new job or just move into retirement. And then the next consideration is this a good deal?
Yeah, which is a great question. And what is a good deal for someone else might not be a good deal for you. Mm-hmm. And that depends, as we previously mentioned, kind of on your situation, how long you've worked at the company, how much longer you plan to work. So it may or may not be a situation where you can negotiate the terms based on your position at the company. So don't automatically assume just because you're offered a package that it is the best deal possible, because it might not be the right fit for you.
A lot of tax planning considerations in this as well, because it does open opportunities for you. Often there can be some tweaks you can make. For example, your 401k. You might jack that percentage up if you're thinking about making this decision, because you're getting a lump sum payment all in, often early in a year, and your 401k is set up to fund throughout the year. So there's little things to take into consideration there around that. Also the after-tax 401k, and we'll include in the show notes the retirement secret weapon, the mega backdoor Roth episode we did on that to consider. But the big one, and the one that I think makes people balk the most on a decision like this, is what am I going to do about health insurance?
Yeah, especially if you have a family, if others are dependent on your health insurance, either maybe a spouse, children. It's okay, I'm not old enough for Medicare yet, which is the age of 65. How are we going to pay for health insurance for these 5 or 10 or 15 years? And that's a big decision. And there are options, such as the company, as part of the package, may offer health insurance for a set number of months or years. There's things as COBRA, which is up to 18 months from leaving the company. And then it's buying individual insurance on your own and understanding the impact and the cost. I think we recommend for all our clients to look at that financial impact before you make a decision, because I think a lot of people are surprised how much health insurance costs on their own.
Right. That COBRA cost can be a lot more than it was when you were working, right? Because your employer might have been subsidizing that. And then the Affordable Care Act, there's higher deductibles there, but also tax incentives that you might want to watch for as you're doing that analysis. So it might not be just a retirement decision for these people. You got some scenarios that'll play out where they may be going, the Jerry Maguire route, where it's a forced retirement in your 50s and you have to go find another way to do things, maybe a new entrepreneurial journey. Maybe it frees you up to do that. Or maybe you're taking that route that Robert De Niro took in The Intern, where you are in a situation where you just don't have anything to do anymore and you no longer have a spouse and you want to go back to work, doing some part-time work and something that you were always interested in. So all of this is the considerations that you should take into account here. We just wanted to answer some of those most or frequently asked questions we get around early retirement. We do this every 2 weeks in episodes here on our YouTube channel. You can subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one, and go back and watch our other 60 videos or 120 podcasts or over 500 articles on our website, financialsymmetry.com. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll talk to you again in 2 weeks.